There are two ways of doing the self-publishing route, and you can actually go both ways, and I personally have tried them both. And one of them is using ghostwriters, and I'm going to tell you some of my experiences when I attempted to use Fiverr for ghostwriting, and it did not work out so well at all. This is Chris Bear from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. So the thing is, when I first got started writing, I discovered I was unable to write at a speed that would allow me that velocity of getting multiple books on the market. One of the things that was most amazing to me, it was when I first got going, the power of keywords. When you have correctly chosen keywords in the right market, you can actually pull in quite a bit of money in sales off of Amazon. We're talking about books that are still getting between 4 and 5 star reviews on them. So we're not talking about garbage books. We're talking about books that actually do it, especially within the nonfiction category. And the thing is that you can only write so many books at so fast of a speed. And so why not try some of these things? And that was when I was first introduced to the idea that you can hire other people to write books in these profitable niches. So I was thinking, well, what's the most affordable way when I was first getting started than to do this by using Fiverr, which is a website where you can pay like $5 and get a service provided to you. And ghostwriting happens to be one of those services. Well, my initial experiences were very positive. I discovered by having some short books ghostwritten for me on Fiverr, and then selling them on Amazon, since I already had learned all of the process with my own personal books that I had written myself, I suddenly started seeing some of these books outperforming my own books. That was the real shocking moment. It was when I discovered that certain categories and topics of books continue to sell lots and lots of copies, and maybe the thing that you're personally interested in, maybe it itself isn't in a genre or niche or sub-niche that's actually all that profitable. So you can pay other people to write. But as I continued on down this particular track, one of the things I discovered was that much of the writing was done by people who were not natural English speakers. And that was a bit of a problem for me, since as the book came out, it required an awful lot of editing, and the end readers would be complaining about the quality of the editing, and the person who would be doing the narrating was also saying that the editing was not great on the books. That was also one of the reasons why I eventually moved over to EpicWrite, which I don't even know if they exist any longer, but there was a couple ones. eWriter Solutions, I think, was the other big one at the time, but they were having some capacity issues. And now, a couple of the big ones we're looking at would be the Writing Summit. That's a definite option to look at. And another one is Urban Writers. These are all different companies that actually will do it high quality writing, depending upon how much you're willing to pay. I always would choose the premium payment to get the best services that they provided. And these companies have been around for a long time and have a whole lot of writers. Many of the writers even come off of sites like Upwork, but these companies will do a lot of the groundwork and working through all of those writers that are on Upwork, finding the best ones, and then hiring them and getting into a flow where they're taking orders, they're having these books ghostwritten, and then they're sending them back to the people who did the requesting and payments. Now, some of the prices can be quite high. You could be paying, if you're having a 30,000 word book, $1,000 for that manuscript, but then again, it's going to be an insanely quality manuscript that your readers are really going to love. And if it's again, back to the keywords again, if you're really targeting the right keywords, then you're going to see sales on this particular book. And so one of the other things I discovered on the Fiverr side that made me really pull away from it was that I would run all of the things that I get. I still do it through any books that I would do ghostwriting, always running through Copyscape is the program I use. I'm not an affiliate of theirs, but the thing is that by running it through Copyscape, I'd be able to figure out if they were stealing this content from other places on the internet, which in fact they were. And on one or two examples, those people's accounts were banned. But the problem is, if I'd taken those documents without doing a plagiarism check, I very well could have put them onto Amazon and gotten myself in serious trouble, because then I would have been accused of stealing somebody else's content. That would be grounds to shut my account down. And that's one of the reasons why I highly recommend using Copyscape or another program to run a plagiarism check to ensure your books are in fact original material and not stolen. The other thing is there is no problem with finding writers who are out there, high quality writers who are willing to do this writing. Some people have a problem with ghostwriting. They think, oh, it's terrible, you should only write books yourself. And I think, look, if you want to write books yourself, you should. And if you want to pay other people to write books for you, you can do that as well. It's more of an investment where we're looking at actually like if you're investing in stocks or mutual funds or bonds or crypto or whatever it might be. It's an investment in yourself because you've learned the skills as a writer. If you're following the tips that I teach here regularly on this channel, we're going through exactly how to do the self-publishing process. I specifically try to get you to do the formatting yourself so that when you get one of these other books, you're able to do the formatting, you're able to put it exactly in the exact format and style and everything that you're used to, that would be expected of a professional grade book. And then we're just using these other books and you're able to do it. I found that because of the profits that would be coming in, you need to hire additional staff in order to help with that particular thing. That resulted in the expanding of my team size and training them on the exact same thing, which is the very reason I have the course on book formatting, in order to help authors work through the process of getting their books formatted themselves so they do not need help from anyone else and you don't have to pay anyone else as you're doing the formatting. But as you can see, you'd get the manuscript back from Fiverr. I would definitely run it through Grammarly. I run all of any books that are coming through Grammarly. In addition, I make sure they're native English speakers. I'm getting the top level writers that they have, and I'm also running everything through Copyscape to ensure that none of the content is stolen. And I've never had an example where we did end up having a problem there. But I would say of all of the companies I would probably recommend, it would probably be the Writers Summit. That would be my top pick. It's the most affordable based upon the pricing. You could afford, of course, go on to Upwork and attempt to find your own writers there, but you don't have somebody else doing the managing of these teams, somebody who's tested and vetted them out. Rather, anybody can post out there to say they're going to do ghostwriting for you, and then the stuff you get back, maybe it's quality, maybe it's not, even if you see that there's a major problem there. And that's one of the reasons when you're moving through the different steps, whether you're doing the writing yourself, once you've finished writing, if you've done the research correctly, your own books will also sell. But if you haven't done the research right, if you start from the very beginning and focus on the marketing even before you've written the book and are choosing the right categories, you can just hire other people to write the books as well, just to increase the speed of which we're putting books on the market. So many authors think that just by putting a single book on the market, that should be sufficient to get the sales that you want to get for your books. And I'm telling you, it's simply not going to work for you. 1 or 2 books isn't going to do it. We're going to need a series of books. Keep on putting books onto the market. And as you go, you're going to get faster. And with the money that you're making, you can then hire a team in order to help you with this process. And that's one of the reasons I particularly, you see below in the comment, in the description, I like to go with onlinejobs.ph. In fact, I've just recently been expanding the size of my team through this exact website with my affiliate link. You can find it below here. It's a fantastic website, very easy to find professional people who are incredibly skilled at the different tasks that you have them do, from formatting to helping with editing to all of the different things that you would have in this process. But I would definitely stay away from Fiverr for this particular task. I do use Fiverr for a lot of other tasks, including cover design. As you'll find in the description, my recommended cover designer, my affiliate link for Fiverr on that front. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you'd like to find more information related to this and other tips, check up above me here for other videos like this. Thanks.